Look, depending on how disciplined you are and how focused you are, your life can change in 90 days. Depending on how disciplined you are and how focused you are, your life can change in 90 days. That's all it takes. Maybe you want to learn a new skill and you need to learn a new skill and you feel like you don't have enough time to learn the new skill. Just do it in 20 hours. That's what I learned from Alex Hormozy. Like, if you want to learn, like, I don't know, Excel sheet or computer programming, dedicate 10 hours now and then another 10 hours the next day. Like, put 20 hours in, like, from 8 to 8, and even the next day 8 to 8, and be like, yes, I'm gonna log in for 20 hours into this. You will get so much done in learning that skill. When you learn that skill, you will have so much progress, you will have so much focus, you will get so much done in that amount of time, because you are focused and you are learning something new and you are practicing and you are developing and you are increasing your brain's bandwidth, right? Because you're learning that new skill, and it takes the same amount of focus, it takes the same amount of discipline applied to everything else in your life and every endeavor that you take, right? And that is the perspective that we should have, that is the view that we should have. And I understand that things won't happen today, things won't happen tomorrow, but if we visualize the thing happening, if we say the affirmations, if we tell ourselves that this positive thing will happen, this positive thing will happen, if we see it in our heads, if we practice it, if we write it, if we just see it and take action towards it, taking action towards it every single day. And when you take action towards it every single day, you will begin to see, slowly but surely. You might not see it tomorrow, you might not see it the next day, you might not see it 5 days from now, but in the second week, in the third week, I guarantee there's something that you're gonna see. You're gonna see, okay, here's progress, there's progress, here's some progress over here. You're gonna see it, it's gonna be there in front of you, right? And that is so important, to have that perspective, to have that mindset, to have that focus, to have that drive, to have that passion in what you do, right? And so when you write down a goal, the chances of it being complete or being done is 60%. When you write down a goal, the chances of you completing that goal is 60% higher, right? Than when you don't write it. When you don't write it, it's like, it goes back to 50-50. But when you write down, it increases to 60%. Why is that? It's because when you're writing, the brain is connected, and the optic nerves of the brain is connected to the writing, and so it feels, the brain is feeling, the brain is feeling what you're writing, the brain is connecting to those words. That's why they say words are so powerful. That's why the Bible says there is death and life in the tongue. That's why the Bible says there is death and life in the tongue, because the tongue creates life, the tongue creates death. The words that are spoken, the words that exist, create life or they create death over people's lives, over people's minds, over people's perspectives. And that is why it is so important, so vital, that you, in the circumstances that you are facing, in this position that you are in right now, that you think of life, that you write of life. You think of life, you write of life. You speak life. You speak life, you think life, you write life. Right? You do it in that fashion. You view life in that fashion. It is so important for you to do that. It is so important for you to view it that way, right? And when you write down a goal, there will be clarity. The clarity will be there. The clarity will be seen. It will be there. You just need to take it step by step, step by step, step by step, and the clarity is there. And it will increase the productivity. You will be more productive as a result. You will be more productive as a result. Even like, yo, if you've written the next 5 years, say you've written the next 5 years of your life, and you've written the next 5 years of life, you've envisioned it like this, you've envisioned the steps that will take, right? At certain points, maybe some things may not go as planned, right? But you can pivot. You can pivot into something that is better or something that is good for you, right? Something that is still good for you, right? But when you write down a checklist or a goal list of the 5 years, and you see the vision and you work towards it every single day and you see it, right? It brings a deeper perspective. It brings something that's like, yo, I am working towards something that I will see only in 2028, right? And that's a powerful thing. That's a powerful thing to have, right? And to have that focus, to have that drive, and that's such a powerful thing to have, right? And that's just it. We need to be focused just like that, you know. Have to be focused like that. If you don't achieve a certain point, if you don't achieve like a certain point in your like 5 year plan, and it's highly unlikely that you won't achieve certain things, right? If you are disciplined enough, it's highly unlikely that you won't. It's highly unlikely that you won't achieve certain things. You will achieve. You probably achieve 80% of what you've written and what you've written down and what you've envisioned. You will achieve 80% of it. So it's very unlikely that you will fail, essentially. Yes, there might be stumbling blocks where you lose and you fail, but when you fail today doesn't mean you failed tomorrow. The failure of today is a lesson for tomorrow, right? To go again tomorrow and be better and go towards the task, right? And that is essential and that is important, you know. And even so, the invaluable life experience, bro. Life experience cannot be. Experience is something that you go through. It cannot be taught. It cannot be. Like a midfielder that is 29 years old has so much experience, so much ease, right? A midfielder that is 28 years old and has been playing in this position, there are certain things that midfielder does in that area where it's like, wow, it's ease. You can see the experience, you can feel it. But a 19-year-old midfielder is so, there's a bit of naivety. They always want to attack. They always want to speed the game up. They always want to, you know, go forward and look at something. Whereas sometimes you don't need to go forward, right? Sometimes you can just sit here and observe and you play a ball over the top. Sometimes you have to slow the game down, right? Sometimes you just need to slow the game down and check where everything is at and pass the ball around until you enter the box, right? And so those are just the different perspectives, you know. Yeah, like if your mindset is developed enough, you will pivot quickly. You will pivot like quickly enough, and you will be able to find your steps quick enough, right? And yeah, man, if you are focused and disciplined enough, right, then the skills that you learn now, like they will help you in your studies. The skills and life skills and experience. If you are focused and disciplined enough, the skills, life skills, and social skills, everything, the experience that you have, it will help you in your 30s. Elevate you in your 30s, right? And so, conclusion, prepare for the life you desire. Focus for the life you desire, right? So, yeah.